Hello. Hopefully I can do. Oh my goodness. Ah! What happened? Hi there. Hello guys. I'm trying to get set up here. Double tap. Okay, here we go. Hi, where are you from? How's everybody doing? Tell me where you're from because I always love learning where people are from. Stand up? Oh no. I have to sit. Hi there. So where's everybody from? I'm in Columbus, Ohio, in the United States. It's another gorgeous day today. Do I have anybody from overseas? Anyone from another country? A couple days ago I did a Periscope and I was talking about how I was able to visit Europe, and it was awesome. Loved Europe. So, hello, welcome. Welcome. Okay, well, my name is Mary Rose Maguire, and I have a website called MaryRoseMaguire.com. I am a direct response copywriter and marketer, but I decided to do something a little bit different today that actually talks about something that I did years ago, which was relationship coaching. So I was a relationship coach for single women over 40. And I learned a lot, and the reason, just to give you a little bit of background why I became a relationship coach, this is going back, oh gosh, I'd say now it's probably about 11 years when I was a relationship coach. The reason is because I did not get married until I was 39 years old for the first time. So not for lack of trying, I will tell you that. I dated a bit, went to high school, had a bunch of boyfriends, went to college, and I had a serious boyfriend when I was going to college. But then after that, it just, I would date some guys, but it just never evolved to that point where we would want to make that kind of a commitment. So, and that happened in both directions. I mean, there were some guys that I dated that I would not want to do that, want to take the relationship in that direction, and there were some guys who dated me and they didn't want to take it in that direction. So I learned a lot about dating during that time. So I don't know, do we have anybody here single who's looking? Oh, okay, well, we're just going to block that one. And anybody who's single, who's kind of wondering, like, when am I going to find that right person? That could be very, very frustrating. I know, because it took me a long time to find the right person. So anyway, my husband and I got married, and then about a couple years into our marriage, I decided I wanted to help other women who were over the age of 40, who were trying to find someone to date. And it's because it's not easy. If you're in your early 20s, then you want to, you're already around a lot of single people. But I wasn't sure if my husband was coming home and coming through the doorway. But as you get older, it becomes a little bit more difficult to meet single people. So anyway, so let's jump into my my topic, which is, what does relationship coaching have to do with marketing? Okay, are you trying to market your own business? Anyone? Tell me what your thoughts are. Like, do you think marketing is, anything at all, like building relationships? Do you see the connection? Hello, thank you for joining. Basically, the topic came as a result of an interview that I was reading between Doberman Dan and TJ Rowleader. And for those of you who are unaware, Doberman Dan, he is a pretty well-known copywriter. And he no longer really does client work. He has his own business that he works on, and actually I think he has more than one business. But anyway, he was interviewing TJ, and TJ is an older guy. TJ's older than I am, And TJ has been a marketer for a long time. And TJ told him, he said, you know, if you told me years ago that it was all about relationships, I would have been like, that's just too basic. But he said, now that I'm older, I can say you're right. It is all about relationships. So whatever it is that you're doing really with your life, to be honest with you, it is all about relationships. I have met a lot of different people, and there are times I meet someone where I can tell they're sabotaging their relationships. They're shooting themselves in the foot with behavior that actually is a relationship killer instead of a relationship builder. And you want to think about that, whatever it is you're doing. If you're trying to build your own business especially, you want to be a relationship builder. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. And, you know, I'll be talking a little bit about that. But, you know, being a relationship builder takes thought. It takes some strategy. It takes consideration. It takes kindness. Okay. But really, the main part, and what I think really is the most important part, is it begins with you. So relationships, having great relationships in your life begins with you. Your relationship with yourself. So, you know, and this has everything really to do with marketing. But you need to respect yourself. I've known a lot of women who have been in unhealthy relationships. I've known some men who've been in unhealthy relationships. In fact, I have someone very close to me who, he's a young man in his late 20s, and he has had relationships that have just not appreciated him for what he can bring, you know, to the relationship. He's been taken advantage of, you know, and again, it all comes down to knowing yourself, loving yourself enough that you're not going to basically put up with mistreatment. You're not going to put up with people disrespecting you. And that comes from a place inside of you where you love yourself enough to say, I deserve better. I deserve to be respected. I deserve to be treated nicely. Okay? We all do. But if you're coming, you know, if you're getting involved in relationships and you're in a place where, you know, you're so, well, I hate to say the word desperate, but that's pretty much the word. If you're in a place where you're just so eager to have a relationship, sometimes that can send out the wrong vibe, and then people kind of back off of you because nobody wants to feel smothered, and that's how they feel a lot of times when somebody's in a relationship with you and they feel like almost like forced or pressured to have the relationship with you. So, but the way, and I'll flip this kind of around here, of why does respecting yourself mean so much regarding relationships and marketing? And the reason is because many people who have their own business, if they don't respect themselves and they don't respect what they can bring to the table, that means they will do anything to get a client, anything, or a customer. And so, you know, they'll grovel, they'll beg, you know, hello, thank you for the hearts. They'll grovel and they'll beg and they'll try like over just way too hard. And they'll end up giving away themselves. They'll give away, and you know, whatever it is that they offer, okay? For instance, let's say that, you know, I keep picking on web designers, but, you know, if you're a web designer and you have a client, okay, and you're like really, really eager for this client to like you, and you don't respect yourself, it means that you're going to say things to the client like, oh, whatever it is you want, call me day or night. Sorry about that. I'll be there. I'm broadcasting from the window here, and there is a nice little breeze coming in, so now I'm going to have to hold this. But anyway, when you're in a relationship, you know, trying to build a relationship with a client, you want to make sure that, you know, you're retaining your respect, retaining your place of power, okay? You don't want to bend over backwards all the time. I mean, sure, you want to give the client what they want, what they're paying you to do, but you don't want to basically be a doormat, okay? And I've seen some freelancers who've done this. It's like, oh, call me whenever you want, and I'll respond. And there are no boundaries. Okay, that is a real key word for both relationships, romantic relationships, and client vendor relationships. Boundaries. You need to establish those early on. This is how I do business. This is what you can expect from me. And I will say that probably is one of the biggest complaints from clients when they deal with freelancers, is they're not sure what they're getting. Because there is no communication. There is no clarification regarding what they can expect in that relationship. Sometimes some freelancers, unfortunately, don't have an agreement or a contract that specifically lays out what the expectations are, what the parameters are of, what you're going to be delivering to that client. It's not clear. And what happens when you don't feel like you understand what's going on in a relationship? It doesn't make you feel very confident, does it? It makes you feel uncertain. You're not quite sure what's going to happen. It's not good for a relationship. Uncertainty can be a real killer. So, again, it's a relationship killer, not a relationship builder. So you want to try to make someone feel as confident as possible in who you are and in what you can bring to the relationship. So that's important. The other is you want to have what I call a self-love to let things go. And what that means is if a relationship isn't working out, you let it go. If you have tried everything possible, for instance, in a relationship with a client, you want to be able to let it go when it's not working any longer. For either one of you, really. If you've done everything you can to fix it, apart from like taking a pint of your blood and giving it to them, I mean, you want to let it go. It's only going to drain you of your creative energy. Believe me, I've been there, done that. You don't want to go down that road. Same thing with personal relationships. If somebody is draining you and they're not, they're always complaining to you, telling you their life story, wanting you to basically grovel and get right down in their muddy hole with them. That's not a healthy relationship. You want to build relationships in your life that are going to be healthy, that are going to be mutually enriching and fulfilling, not draining. So those are just, I just wanted to come on here and just kind of riff a little bit about relationships, how important they are. The other thing is, and unfortunately we live in an age now, the internet never forgets. So we have to be careful, even more so now, with how we treat people, because a lot of times if you don't treat people well, the word will get around. And so that goes for marketing. If you don't treat your customers well, it's going to get around. Twitter will find out. Twitter will find out. Somebody will blog about it. So you just want to, try to keep that in mind and try to rectify whatever situation you can. And if all else, nothing still works, just know you tried to conduct yourself in the most honorable way possible. You tried to do the right thing and just move on. So that's it for today. I'm hoping tomorrow I have something new for you, and hope that you can join me. So I don't know if this is a good time. I'm kind of playing around with different times. I'm broadcasting this a little bit after 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, if you're viewing me from overseas, whatever, it's super late on your end. I know that. And then if you're on the East Coast, it's I think you just finished lunch. So, but anyway, I really appreciate you watching. Again, check out my website, MaryRoseMaguire.com. And if you have any questions regarding copywriting, marketing, go ahead and make some comments on my blog or send me an email, and I'll answer if I can. So thanks so much. You have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. I am going. Bye.